every Sunday and Wednesday for poignant socio-political discussions shaping our Liberian homeland. Around here, we put the motherland over any celebrity, politician, or superstar. Stay tuned. This is the Social Media Live podcast show of Colonel Edmund Remie Gray on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. Join the Colonel every Sunday and Wednesday for poignant socio-political discussions shaping our Liberian homeland. Around here, we put the motherland over any celebrity, politician, or superstar. Stay tuned. This is the Social Media Live podcast show of Colonel Edmund Remie Gray on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. Join the Colonel every Sunday and Wednesday for poignant socio-political discussions shaping our Liberian homeland. Around here, we put the motherland over any celebrity, politician, or superstar. Stay tuned. This is the Social Media Live podcast show of Colonel Edmund Remie Gray on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. Join the Colonel every Sunday and Wednesday for poignant socio-political discussions shaping our Liberian homeland. Around here, we put the motherland over any celebrity, politician, or superstar. Stay tuned. This is the Social Media Live podcast show of Colonel Edmund Remie Gray on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. Join the Colonel every Sunday and Wednesday for poignant socio-political discussions shaping our Liberian homeland. Around here, we put the motherland over any celebrity, politician, or superstar. Stay tuned. This is the Social Media Live podcast show of Colonel Edmund Remie Gray on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. Join the Colonel every Sunday and Wednesday for poignant socio-political discussions shaping our Liberian homeland. Around here, we put the motherland over any celebrity, politician, or superstar. Stay tuned.
And of course, good day, good day, good day, good day. This is the Colonel Edmund Gray, and I'm coming to you live from my Twin City studio here in Minneapolis, Minnesota. Good day. And of course, it's mayhem against our own super Lone Star of Liberia. That organization had gone to Sierra Leone for a return march. I believe the Sierra Leoneans were not happy at the defeat, the 3-1 defeat that ensued in Liberia. So Liberian Lone Star had gone there for a return march, and the Lone Star came under attack from angry Sierra Leone fans who thought that team was cheated. while they were in Liberia. Well, if a team was cheated, the officiating officials are the ones to be to confront, not the team who was all equally in the match as well. So I tend to bring you a video that was circulated, and to demonstrate how much mayhem and chaos the team was under, and I hope they were able to get out with their lives, because situation was escalating up to the point where angry Sierra Leoneans were saying that the Lone Star players and officials of the Lone Star will suffer the same wrath Nigerians suffered at the hands of South Africans. And so that is becoming the norm now in Africa. Why are we stoning each other to death? To demonstrate our anger? I am not sure what's going on. We're becoming savages of our own time in the face of civilization. The rest of the world is advancing far into civilization. Us Africans stoning each other. Barbaric people. I saw some troubling videos, both emanating from South Africa. They led this. South Africa, of all nations, a nation that fellow Africans stood by, while some of them even came to the Republic of Liberia. Many of them carry Liberian passports. Those individuals now have become savages. A number of them, we probably cannot describe the entire South Africa, but if you control a government and any of your citizens going against fellow Africans, and you are not able to quell the situation down, you may bear the same blame as well. South Africans have become savages against their own African brothers. They started first with the Zimbabwean, and they forced those people out of their own land. And majority, even the South African struggle was occasioned in then Rhodesia. When Robert Mugabe came, he gave them the platform to leash their revolution against the South African army, against the apartheid regime. And those individuals who assisted them, they turned the rod on them once they gained their freedom. The ones who oppressed South Africans are today the oppressors. So Nigerians too turn around. But interestingly, our Lone Star team, the Lone Star of Liberia, the national soccer team, played a match earlier this week, and they won that match by 3-1. Sierra Leoneans are angry, thinking that their team was cheated. So now Liberians have gone with their Lone Star to have a return match. So Leoneans have the audacity now to enter the stadium, the premises of the stadium, where these guys are practicing, where they're training to prepare themselves for the match, to harm them. Majority of them start, throwing rocks, and most of them made the statement that they will treat the Liberian national team and the officials like South Africans treated Nigerians. I don't know where our brain going. Us Africans probably will continue to get more and more silly in the face of it. Maybe we want to go back to the savage days. Those days were better for most people, maybe. So let me bring you this video quick so you can take a look at firsthand what's going on here.
Please share this video. We are under attack at the Saka Stevens Sports Stadium by the fans. We are being stoned with rocks. Can you please share this video? Let it go viral. We are being under attack, serious attack on the stadium. Doing our first and only training session. We are under attack. Can someone please share this video? Yeah. Can you put that on call police? Can they carry them go? It's better for us. Please. We are on a serious attack. Can you please share this video? Can you please share this video? We are on a serious attack at the stadium.
Yeah, that's what happening. That's what happening. From yesterday as to Ravi Serrano. That's what happening. From yesterday we Ravi Serrano. Therefore, we were on the airport. The people say we're still on the airport until 4 hours. We're on the airport 4 hours. We think Serrano left. We are Ravi Serrano at 12 o'clock in the night. That's what happened at the stadium. The point brought the one police there. And the people
Please share this video. Please share this video.
The police there.
Let's not ask for nothing. We're not saying here. Can you please share this video?
The people that were out there in South Africa and Nigeria,
No, we're not stopping it. Can you please share this video? Our friends are on the training session. We are under attack. Strewn by rock.
They're not training. They're attacking all the Liberian and the supporters like here last year.
They are beating us.
They are beating everybody. They are beating everybody. No.
Tradition's matter was beating as well.
You see, the people say we're not going. You see the boss? You see our boss?
And they fought from here as well.
You see the boss? You see the boss? We're not getting the boss.
They are stopping the boss.
They attack the boss. They attack the boss. We're not leaving. We're not getting the boss. They attack the boss. They attack the boss.
And there's no one police here. Yes, your name.
As you're watching this video, this your name. Senior advisor to the Minister of Sports. Well, what is happening here, I mean, it's something that is unbelievable. It has not happened before. The players came to train, they have not yet started training, and the entire stadium is engulfed. Right now, we are on a hostel, we cannot leave. They're choking all the buses, like our car, they are seeing the bus, we cannot leave. We're calling on the Liberian government to intervene into what is happening, because by tomorrow, or maybe by the next time, we'll not know what is happening. We are on a hostage as I speak right now. The video, if anybody watching it, can you please share it, let it go live. Anybody that watching the video, we are on a hostage right now at the Shaka City sports page. They have not happened to us before. FIFA have to do something about this. FIFA have to do something about it. The president of the FA is here, and there is no control. There's no control. This is Joe Nangwe.
There's the capital Republic of Liberia, Sam Johnson. From yesterday in the flat, when we were arriving Sierra Leone at the airport, the people stopped on the airport for 4 hours. 4 hours for the airport. 4 hours. 4 hours for the airport.
Yeah, if we getting this.
They don't have. They don't want to do it. Also, same police here. They also the same police here. This guy here attack a message will kill. This message will kill. This man. This message will kill. 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 The message has to kill somebody. This message has to kill somebody. But the message has to kill somebody. And the other man, this man part of the story. The two men and the message will kill people on the stadium here. The man that tomorrow for we ain't get a minute by later and die. Yes, Bobby. The people talk about the our left. We never even want to have a left. We haven't three yet. We haven't three yet. Yes, the stadium by red. Nobody, no sadness of blood stadium with Trini. No sadness of blood stadium. Nobody of blood stadium by red. Today, our Trini did no sadness of blood stadium. It's all people that bro houses. Nobody wants it back at you. Nobody wants. Yes, I mean, I see what kill on the field. Yes, I want to be there. One of them, one of them, one of them. You're on the pitch. They come with nap. The people have been napped here. They have been napped. They say, listen, we're not treating. They seize our boss. They seize our boss. They seize our boss. They seize our boss. They say, I do that. They get problem. After we beat them in Liberia, they say we teach them for the PC. They play them PC. They don't know play anything. They don't bring the player. They don't bring the player. For them to get best with a football team, they can be best of us. For them to get best with a soccer team, they can be best of us. The PC, they don't know play no football. PC is not your team.
Anybody attack you? You're sitting down with them.
Say that. Let's go. Now the FA president. The FA president on anything. The FA president is happy. The FA president, she not controlling no situation. The FA president controlling no situation. The FA president. That is she. That is she. She's going to no control. I'm talking. happening. That's what happening. They're coming from. They attack you. That's what happening. That's what happening. You see, that's what happening here. That's what happening here. That's what happening here. That's what happening here. Tell me I'm going to boss. You see? That's what happening. That's what happening here. That's what happening here. That's what happening here. That's what happening on the field. They put a chunky. They put a chunky. The people chunky. The people chunky. The people chunky here. The people chunky around the field. The people chunky, but you get the ball. The people chunky. The people chunky. We don't get in the ball. The people chunky.
You're continuing sharing the video. You're sharing the video.
You're sharing the video. What's going on? The police say what happened in South Africa. I want to do it all year. I want to go on here. You see, they come on the pitch. They come on the pitch.
Yeah, it is so sad. We can't even get in our bus. They are stoning up from every corner. From every corner, we can't even get in our bus. This is a sad situation. I think FIFA need to get into that situation.
I think it's metallic. I'm Brian McGee for Youth and Sports. I represent the government at this exercise. The very metallic, we have not seen it soccer history before. Well, it's not to mission us. We hope that FIFA and other hard-working people come and help us. As you can see, they shall continue to harm us, kill us, and throw a lot of mission against us. Thank you.
We haven't trained. We haven't trained. We haven't trained. We haven't trained. Our first day of training, we haven't trained. They have disrupted our training session. They have thrown rocks on every corner.
Until we reach
The
here.
nations matter, they press man, they jump on him, and they start to fight him. Yeah, we should have to do it. But Basi, they should watch security themselves.
The people say they can't bring security here. They can't say the person they can't. Hey, no talking about here. The people say we're getting our boss. The people say we're not getting our boss. The people say we're not getting our boss. The people say you see the fighting on, they kill the feet of fire. They kill the feet of fire. They kill the feet of fire us. They on the feet of fire us. They say I didn't on the feet of fire us. They say I didn't on the feet of fire on the place. They say I didn't on the playing place of fire us. They say I didn't on the playing place to fire us. They on the playing place to fire us. They say I didn't on the playing place to fire us. You see our boss? That's the boss there. That's the boss. The boss who go into the boss. They get rag and bottle oil in their hand. They got rag and bottle oil in their hand. They still going to the bus. Now they want to stay there. That is the group. They say I didn't on the place, on the playing place. Our training was disrupted today.
All right. Well, that was just that actually was just what ensued in that video. I'm sorry my studio is stalling because of the bandwidth, but just in case you're just joining us, that was just a short presentation of what ensued when the Lone Star of Liberia had gone to Sierra Leone for a return march between the Liberian soccer national soccer team, and that of the Sierra Leone national team, the Leone Star. They had gone there for a return match, following a match that was played earlier this week, and so in that match, the one that was played earlier during the week, Liberia emerged as the winner, 3-1, and so that angered Sierra Leoneans. And in case you're just joining me, I just intended to just go with that short broadcast just to show you what's going on in Sierra Leone. I hope we pray for our Lone Stars and their safety, because Africa is on steroid right now. Majority of us going after each other unnecessarily. We should see these things happening in the Western world. When I say West, if an African team had gone to say the West, and then probably I would expect that these kinds of things, but us Africans should not be attacking each other. We were made in special ways, and so I don't see any reason why we should try to eliminate each other in barbaric ways, especially what ensued in South Africa. Somebody had made reference that they were going to treat the the Liberian national team in similar fashion South Africans treated Nigerians back home. So I think Africa is on steroid right now. We all need to chill and then think about our own humanity, where we came from. Okay? Thank you so much for joining me. And I am hoping that the Lone Star return safely back to Liberia, and because we can't afford to lose Liberians en masse. We fought a war. That war took so many thousands of our own brothers and sisters in premature fashion, in barbaric fashion. Mayhem, PTSD is the last thing we want to witness now in the face of our continent. If people don't want us to to play or participate in a tournament, I think they should accord us protection and let us leave their land and come back home. And I'm hoping that this don't escalate, because Sierra Leoneans don't know just how many of their countrymen and women in Liberia. And these are the things that can escalate. It's just like how Nigerians saw fellow Nigerians were treated in barbaric and mayhemic fashion, and those guys turned the wrath against South Africans who were in South Africa. Matter of fact, they went against their properties, and many people lost their lives yesterday or the day before in Nigeria. I understand one of the buildings, in fact, a rocket-propelled grenade was thrown in that building. A building flooded by South Africans working, including, I think it was the embassy of South Africa in Nigeria. So these kinds of situations have the propensity to escalate crisis between countries. Nigeria stood by South Africa during the reign of apartheid, and majority of our South African brothers and sisters that flee their own homeland for safety came to us. Many of them today carry Liberian passport. Even the likes of Miriam Makeba, the likes of Huma Sakila, you name them. When I went to the University of Liberia, during those days, we had South African professors. Malu was who taught me political science. There are so many of them that carry Liberian passport. Today, they're turning the wrath against their own African brothers. We're seeing that same degeneration of barbaric attitude expanding in our continent. It's just a simple match. You lose it. Liberians have gone before and they've been beaten. They come back home. I mean, they lick their wounds and then they move on. This is just a sport. I mean, when people are so, when people are illiterate to the extent where they can hold their temperament just for a simple soccer, man, that's football. You lost it. So what? It has nothing to do with your national image. Now you're talking, fellow. Do you know how many Sierra Leoneans in Liberia right now? These are the kind of videos Liberians will witness, and then they'll say, "Oh yeah, you're attacking our own." It's not gonna be beautiful between us. And I think the government, these are things government's supposed to step in right away. Matter of fact, I don't see any reason why a national team from a different country would come for a match and they're not protected. You send one military officer to protect who? So many folks, when you have rowdy people who are angry, what did they expect? Somebody should have lost the game. And so I'm just hoping that they go in right away and secure the lives of those people, because if anything were to go wrong, it's not going to go down well. I think there are lots of innocent, poor, impoverished Sierra Leoneans in Liberia who are there for economic reasons. And those individuals don't need to be attacked because of the stupidity of few illiterate and ignorant, countrymen of theirs who don't even know better. Civilization is nothing but from the store. It is just something that you acquire in your upbringing. Why would you be attacking, a national team? They're like ambassadors, But when people have lost their humanity through anger for silly things, this is what happened. This was just a short broadcast, and I hope thanks for joining me, but I hope our Lone Star will return safely, because Liberians, they may not like political situation, but when it comes to soccer and the national team, they can go at length. So if they didn't start this and somebody else started it, oh man, the repercussion might be angry. It might be endearing. And then I just hope Sierra Leoneans will think before they attack Liberian soccer players of the national team and the officials. They should think. Liberia granted a number of Sierra Leoneans that were displaced in Cape Mount, grant them citizenship under Madam Sirleaf government. Lots of Sierra Leoneans are in Liberia. A lot. Now, if they begin to attack Liberians, oh my God, it's going to be an ugly situation. And I just hope they think. Hopefully they think. Because we're in a global village. Anything that happens, it goes like wildfire. This video, of course, has gone viral. Definitely, Liberians at home are beginning to think, what's going on with our national team? What's going on? And I hope those guys, if they don't want the return match, I think FIFA should step in and reschedule those matches elsewhere, because our team can never be protected under the watch of Sierra Leonean security forces. Ladies and gentlemen, thanks for watching, and let's go in prayers and ensure that God help our team, from harm's way, so they can return to their homeland. And they were only doing a public job, serving the nation. We cannot afford for them to get hurt. And I hope our president, these are things that he will step in. By now, hope he has picked up the phone and called the Sierra Leonean president and say, what's going on? If we have a president who can dialogue with his fellow Africans in the region, I think we have a bigger problem than we ever imagined. The president of the Republic of Liberia, Mr. George Weah, should be on the phone right now, liaising with the president of Sierra Leone or officials of that particular government. They need to accord protection for our nationals who had gone over there